Okay, now let's look at the VPROTATEASSOC variable. As you can see, it's a weird one, and if you look at the title bar at the top of AutoCAD 2010 there, that is how it is spelt, VPROTATEASSOC. Basically, it's the associative view in the viewport when you rotate the viewport itself. Now, it can be set to 0 or 1. If you set it to 0, when you rotate the viewport, the view inside the viewport does not rotate. So let's have a look at that. Let's type VP rotate, remember to spell it right, and then ASSOC, VPROTATEASSOC. If I press enter, you'll see that the value now for ROTATEASSOC is set to 0. Let's leave it at 0. If it isn't 0, type in 0 in the box and press enter. Okay, let's rotate the viewport. I've got an extra line there so that we can do a rotate reference. Watch. If I click there on the viewport, right click, rotate is on the shortcut menu there. The base point is going to be here, bottom left corner, the end point of that angled line. It then asks for a rotation angle. I'm going to right click and go to reference. Now the reference is going to be from the end of the line there, left click, bottom right corner of the viewport, left click, up to the end of the line, left click. Now you'll notice there, because VPROTATEASSOC was set to 0, the view inside the viewport does not rotate. Only the viewport does. So to get that view back in the viewport, I'd have to double click inside the viewport and make the necessary changes. I'm going to double click outside the viewport and undo what I've just done. So let's take it a few steps back with the undo, 3 clicks there, and as you can see, I'm back to square one again, if you'll pardon the pun. So, let's do that again. Let's do VP, rotate, R-O-T-A-T-E, and then ASSOC, A-S-S-O-C. Press enter. Let's set the value to 1 now, and press enter, and see what happens to the viewport when we rotate it. Click on the viewport again. Right click, rotate. Same process. Base point, bottom left corner. Right click, reference, and then we go bottom left corner of the viewport, bottom right corner of the viewport, and then up to the end of the line and left click again. And you'll notice this time the view has gone with the viewport. That's because VPROTATEASSOC was set to 1, so the view rotates in turn with the viewport itself. Now when I look at the model tab there, nothing's changed. It's still horizontal. What you've done there with that viewport is actually rotate the view. You haven't changed model space. You've just said to AutoCAD, I want that view to be in the same alignment as the viewport. So as you can see there, VPROTATEASSOC. Set it to 0 if you do not want your view to rotate with your viewport. Set it to 1 if you do want your view to rotate with your viewport. So as you can see there, that works very well if you've got to tweak viewports on your layout in your drawing in AutoCAD 2010.